Imagine a colossal waterway slicing through Istanbul's European side, creating a new island and reshaping global maritime routes. Turkey's $10 billion Canal Istanbul project promises to revolutionize trade and alleviate Bosphorus congestion. Yet, beneath the surface, critics warn of environmental disasters, economic burdens, and geopolitical tensions. Is this ambitious endeavor a visionary leap forward or a perilous gamble? Join us as we delve into the depths of Canal Istanbul's grand design and the controversies that surround it. The Istanbul Canal isn't just a modern infrastructure project, it's a centuries-old dream with deep historical roots. The idea first surfaced during the reign of Suleiman the Magnificent in the 16th century. Mimar Sinan, the Ottoman Empire's legendary architect, reportedly drafted plans to connect the Black Sea to the Sea of Marmara, though the project was abandoned for reasons lost to history. Later Ottoman rulers, including Sultan Mustafa III and Sultan Mahmud II, revisited the concept, but financial and logistical challenges repeatedly stalled progress. Fast forward to the 20th century, when the canal resurfaced as a bold idea in Turkish political discourse. By the 1990s, proposals gained traction with urban planners and environmental advocates eager to reduce risks posed by the congested Bosporus Strait. However, it wasn't until 2011 that President Recep Tayyip Erdogan officially unveiled the Canal Istanbul project, dubbing it the Crazy Project, amid a wave of public curiosity and skepticism. The Istanbul Canal project is Turkey's audacious attempt to redefine maritime traffic in one of the world's busiest waterways. Connecting the Black Sea to the Sea of Marmara, the canal aims to divert up to 160 vessels daily from the congested Bosporus Strait, where queues often stretch for days. With the Bosporus currently handling nearly 3 times the traffic of the Suez Canal, safety concerns and pollution risks are mounting. Advocates hail the canal as a technological marvel that will ease bottlenecks, improve navigation safety, and reduce environmental hazards caused by tanker accidents. But the canal's implications stretch far beyond infrastructure. Critics argue its real motive is geopolitical, designed to bypass the constraints of the 1936 Montreux Convention. This treaty limits foreign warship access to the Black Sea and forbids tolls on Bosporus traffic, tying Turkey's hands in a strategic choke point. By offering an alternative route, Turkey could monetize vessel passage and assert greater autonomy over maritime security in the region. The Istanbul Canal, an ambitious project poised to redefine global maritime routes, has taken its first concrete steps. After a decade of planning and heated debate, construction officially began in 2021 with the Sazladir Bridge, a critical component of the canal's 45-kilometer route. Cutting through the districts of Küçükçekmece, Avcılar, Başakşehir, and Arnavutköy on Istanbul's European side, the canal's path promises to transform the region into an economic and logistical hub. Despite its bold aspirations, progress remains slow and the timeline ambitious. Turkish officials project a 7-year completion schedule, aiming for a fully operational canal by 2028. Yet, skepticism lingers. Critics point to delays in initiating major construction and question whether the government's financing strategies can keep pace with the canal's $10 billion price tag. Opposition to the project persists, with Istanbul's mayor and a majority of residents voicing concerns over its environmental, social, and economic impacts. Meanwhile, proponents continue to highlight the canal's potential to alleviate Bosporus congestion and position Turkey as a global trade powerhouse. The Istanbul Canal promises to reshape the region's landscape, not just with its waterway but with an array of ambitious developments surrounding it. Stretching 45 kilometers in length and carving a massive swath through Istanbul's European side, the canal is designed to be 20.75 meters deep and 360 meters wide at the surface, enough to accommodate the world's largest vessels. But the vision doesn't stop at the water's edge. Planned alongside the canal are sprawling ports, high-tech logistics centers, and artificial islands constructed from the soil excavated during the project. These islands, developers claim, will create additional space for tourism, commerce, and even luxury living. Surrounding the canal, new residential areas are touted as earthquake-resistant, a crucial selling point in an active seismic zone. The project integrates seamlessly with broader urban infrastructure upgrades, such as new high-speed rail lines, metro connections, and major highways. These transportation links aim to make the canal an economic hub, connecting sea, land, and air routes, especially near Istanbul's new airport. The Istanbul Canal, one of Turkey's most ambitious infrastructure projects, comes with a jaw-dropping price tag, roughly $10 billion. To finance this colossal endeavor, The government plans to rely on a mix of build-operate-transfer agreements and public-private partnerships. Under these models, private companies would bear the initial cost of construction in exchange for operational profits, theoretically reducing the financial burden on taxpayers. Proponents envision the canal as a lucrative asset, projecting an annual revenue of $8 billion from transit fees and related services. With over 40,000 vessels passing through the Bosporus each year, they argue that the canal could capitalize on Turkey's strategic location as a gateway between Europe and Asia. However, critics are raising alarms about these optimistic forecasts. Skeptics question whether shippers, who currently enjoy free passage through the Bosporus under the Montreux Convention, will willingly pay steep fees for the new route. There's also concern that inflated revenue estimates ignore operational costs, environmental mitigation, and the risk of underutilization. Is the Istanbul Canal a financial masterstroke or a vanity project burdening Turkey's economy? As questions linger about its profitability, the canal risks becoming a symbol of ambition outpacing economic prudence. Beneath the bold promises of economic growth and maritime modernization lies a brewing environmental storm surrounding the Istanbul Canal. Critics warn that the canal could profoundly disrupt the delicate ecosystems of the Marmara and Black Seas. Unlike the Bosporus, which supports a two-way flow, simulations suggest the canal will create a near-constant southward flow, altering salinity levels and threatening marine biodiversity. Such shifts could ripple through food chains, destabilizing fisheries and local livelihoods. The canal's construction will also exact a heavy toll on land. Thousands of acres of agricultural fields and forest will be sacrificed, further straining Istanbul's already dwindling green spaces. Groundwater contamination from salt intrusion looms as another potential consequence, jeopardizing local drinking water supplies. Adding to the alarm is the possibility of increased flooding, with disrupted water tables and altered drainage patterns creating new vulnerabilities in a city already grappling with climate change. The Marmara Sea faces another grim prospect, the rise of hydrogen sulfide emissions, leading to foul odors and the degradation of its ecosystem. The Istanbul Canal, heralded as a transformative project, has become one of Turkey's most polarizing debates. Critics question its financial feasibility, pointing to its $10 billion price tag and speculative revenue projections of $8 billion annually. They argue that such funds could be better allocated to address pressing issues like earthquake preparedness and economic recovery. Geopolitical tensions also cloud the canal's narrative. By bypassing the Montreux Convention, which governs Bosporus transit, Turkey could gain greater control over military ship passage, potentially straining international relations. Opponents warn this could drag Turkey into new geopolitical conflicts. On the ground, local communities face displacement, with farmland, forests, and vital water sources sacrificed for the project. Concerns about overcrowding loom large as new residential zones spring up along the canal's path. Environmentalists predict catastrophic impacts, from groundwater contamination to altered ecosystems and increased flooding risks. Public sentiment reflects these fears. 80.4% of Istanbul residents oppose the canal, viewing it as a vanity project benefiting elites. Allegations of real estate speculation by figures tied to the government, including family members of President Erdogan, have further fueled mistrust. Even dissent faces suppression. Retired Navy admirals were arrested for publicly criticizing the canal, signaling the high stakes of this controversial gamble. Turkey's $10 billion Istanbul Canal, visionary leap or environmental catastrophe. As the waters carve a new path through history, the stakes couldn't be higher. A marvel of engineering, a geopolitical gamble, and a project dividing a nation. Will this canal redefine Istanbul's future or sink under the weight of its controversies? The world is watching.